Hello and welcome back. It is time for this month's development update, and well, overall, so far I think this is the most important update since it does pack a lot of changes that were necessary to the game. And I personally think a lot of people also like these changes that are being made at the moment, and of course all of these updates are also subject to change if necessary. It all depends on player feedback that they will get, and well, that we will give them. And overall, well, we are getting closer to the game's release. We're also getting closer to the dates that we have gotten in the messages. And well, interesting weeks are up ahead for this game and for this game's development. Well, in a moment we're going to start with the patch notes. Well, patch notes, yeah, with the development notes. I wish that they were patch notes, but unfortunately they're just development updates. But in the future they will be patch notes when the game gets released. Well, so this update does bring a lot of changes to the UI, does bring a lot of changes to the overall. I think game mechanics are also involved, and overall how the ships will respond and how the modules will work. Well, we will see what they did. So, hello fellow EVE pilots, my name is Rick, an interactive designer from the EVE Echoes team. As I was reviewing the UI design of the game, I thoroughly astonished by the number of changes we made since the beginning of our development. As a result of this revelation, I feel the compulsion to explain the reasons for these optimizations throughout the process. There are three fundamentals when it comes to interactive design: functionality, reliability and usability. All of them are in a constant tug of war with each other, and it is our job as an interactive designer to find the equilibrium among the three. And throughout repeated revisions and redesigns, we could hopefully find a balanced platform with three even length pillars. In fact, the complexity of EVE's control makes every pixel as valuable as it to the overall aesthetics and accessibility of the user interface. Well, that picture is kinda funny, although I can see what they did. But I'm kinda curious, did they actually hook up like 10 phones together just to play one account? If they did that, well, that's kinda crazy, but at the same time I think they meant this more of a joke, but at the same time interesting concept. I mean, it is a really expensive concept that looks kinda funny. All jokes aside, I simply want to share the journey of our design process with our beloved players. The main interface is the first thing that our players see, and it is also the thing that will be utilized most frequently. Therefore, we have not stopped improving the interface since the beginning of the development. Well, here we can see pretty much the development process of throughout the years from 2017. So the game was in development for 3 years now. Interesting. Okay, well, among the other functions of the UI, the most iconic of all has both been the weapon slots and overview. Weapon slot design. To maximize the sense of freedom that we all know and love from EVE Online, we have designed to allow 24 modules to be installed on each ship, with each being of 24 being active mode. What the hell? This poses a great deal of design challenges, but our Swedish design experts made it happen. Well, I have several questions about this. 24 active modules, what the hell? I mean, this has to be a joke, right? I mean, I don't know. Interesting. So 24 modules. EVE is known for its intricity and comprehensive strategic freedom. However, due to the limitations imposed by the mobile device, we are forced to simplify all interaction controls through a universal command to ensure combat goes smoothly amid heated battles on a mobile screen. Well, the pictures down that we can see definitely remind me on the in-game EVE. The bottom picture is definitely from EVE Online, on the PC version, of course. The top version looks also really interesting. Well, although, what is this? Okay, well, gestures to unify the controls and simplify the complexity. Oh, okay, well, I don't know how should I feel about the gestures. I think mastering gestures will be a really big key point in mastering the game. Will be interesting. Okay, this simplification flatters the learning curve for new players, making it more accessible and user-friendly. Also, to lessen the fatigue from over-interaction, we have decided to add the easy lock function to the main interface, allowing quick access to combat controls and providing our players more time to survey the battlefield. Well, that's I think one thing that I like. I think what they mean by this is you install an object when you tap on the object. Again, that sounds good. Overview is a simple yet complex interface. During the beta we have tried implementing a draggable UI to make it customization friendly. However, it is quickly met the criticism and feedback. First off, a draggable pop-up window took too much screen real estate, which limits the viewing pleasure of the game. This draggable window has the tendency to be fixed at the corner of our players' screens. Well, I kinda agree with that one. The overview was definitely kinda annoying in a way, but I kinda mastered it during the open beta. And oh well, that's an interesting text. As a result, we discarded the draggable window to save room for other functions, and the overview is now permanently fixed at the border. Well, okay, I mean, if we can turn off the overview, that would be nice. I think we will be able to do that, but overall it looks really, I mean, it looks better, I guess. We will see what the final product will be, and well, in the end, they pretty much thank us for our feedback. Well, thanks for the developers for actually listening to us, and thanks for them for making and developing the game. Overall, a really interesting development update. Overall, I think one of the more important ones, because it pretty much gives us the glimpse of how the game will look. Overall, they changed the health display as well as the overview, and as well as other game functions. This is pretty much recorded during the open beta. I had fun with my Rifter over there. And overall, as you can see, we could turn off the overview, and overall everything was pretty okay, but at the same time the overview was kinda, well, it could get in the way sometimes as well, and it could be glitched sometimes. And here we can see the overall progression in the game. I see a good progression so far from 2017 to 2020. Now, I don't know how should I feel about the shield, armor and hull indicators there. I think if they keep it traditional, it would be nice, but at the same time I don't mind any changes. It looks decent, and overall the game does look really similar to the PC version now, a little bit. And well, I think personally they are in a good direction. We will see what the further development updates will bring us. Of course, there is still the dates that are going to be revealed. Well, what will happen on these dates in couple days, couple weeks. And I'm mostly pleasantly surprised by the mechanics and overall the mechanic changes. As for the overview, as you can see, after the picture goes down, the overview kind of wasn't transparent enough. Although I think that we were able to change the transparency of the overview, and overall it did take a lot of space, and it could kind of distract players from actual in-game combat, and I'm really glad that they did kind of try to improve it. We will see what will happen to the overview as time progresses. I'm sure that they will develop more on it, and they will pretty much increase and optimize it even further. And overall, we will see what the game in the end will turn out to be. I personally am really curious. I'm also really interested about the performance optimization, since, well, in my case the game was pretty smooth. I mean, back I used a pretty powerful phone, and the game was really smooth. Didn't have any problems with performance at all. Even my frame rate was usually really high at all times. And also something that people are also really interested in are the ammunition. Are we going to have ammunition? I guess we will find that out in the maybe future development updates. I've read that we will have the ammunition in form of a script, like you just insert the script into the weapon, and well, it automatically it automatically shoots that ammunition. I don't know if that's truth. We will see. But in general, overall, pretty decent development update. Now, the overall, like I mentioned before, the overall gestures, I don't know if I will use them much now when I think about it, since I pretty much mastered the current settings that we had in the open beta. I mean, I got used to them really quickly, and well, they were pretty decent. I didn't have any problems with the commands at all. Everything was, in my case, everything was smooth. Now, when we compare the overviews now, when you look at the old overview here, yeah, the new one does definitely look a lot more polished, and it looks a lot more, should I say, in a way professional. I mean, you can actually see a lot more on the screen with the overview still on the screen, while when you turn on the overview in the beta, it took kind of a third of your screen, and pretty much kind of it could make problems in PvP. As for the modules, well, I don't know about those pictures, if they're actually real, about the 24 modules per ship. That sounded more of like a joke, but at the same time I can definitely see that they tried out to see how the game would look like with different setups, which I also like that they did some testing before actually releasing something. And overall I am pretty much curious for what people think about this update. I personally think this development update was pretty nice, pretty decent. They gave us a lot of glimpses on how the game will look like, and they gave us a lot of glimpses on what they're doing, and pretty much I personally think that they're on a good way to develop the game. Well, with that being said, well, this was it for this development update. Personally, I think that this development update was one of the better ones. I mean, we definitely got a lot more glimpses in what the final game might look like, and well, I will have a watchful eye on further development updates and on further overall news about the game. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Take care.